Newport. This is nice, isn't it? Lovely venue. It's like my front room when I was a student. You know, when they said they'd make me feel right at home, I didn't realise they'd go to this extent. But, I'd like to start off by just getting something off my chest, because it's been annoying me for a few weeks, and yeah. Have you all heard this phrase? Kids are using it nowadays. YOLO. Yeah, you've all heard it, yeah? Okay, if you haven't, it means you only live once. Really irritates me. Like, to stop myself from hearing it anymore, I've decided I'm just going to hang around with Buddhists. Buddhists and cats as well. In fact, if you had a Buddhist cat, would it reincarnate as a different animal for each of its 9 lives? But yeah, someone said it to me in the street actually the other day, which yeah, really annoyed me. I was just walking down, minding my own business, and he jumps out in front of me, gives it the jazz hands and everything. Just jumps out and goes, "You only live once, man!" I said, "I'm disappointed you got that far, mate." But, I mean, people use it as an excuse. They use it as an excuse to do dumb stuff when they can't be bothered to think of the consequences, which, you know, is fair enough. We've all got to do it, you know, every now and again. But, you know, don't bleat on about it, really. Who doesn't know you only live once? Who sat there going, "Well, tell you what, I'll save up for a mortgage now, secure my wealth and prosperity for the future, so that when I come back in my next life, I can spend my pension snorting speed off a dwarf's bald patch." But yeah, I'm from Cheltenham, just moved down from Newcastle, moved down with my partner. Always like to use the term partner, because then you get to see people's reactions when they try and work out if it's a man or a woman. But no, I'm not gay, unfortunately. No, I think I'd have had an easier time of it. But no, has anyone been to Newcastle? Any? Yeah. Good city, isn't it? Good night out. Yeah. Have a night out there, did you? Yeah.
Got locked up.
Got locked up? Well, see, that leads me on to what I was going to say, which is the stereotypes of Newcastle are absolutely spot on. And yeah. It's weird, isn't it? You know, you go to a lot of other cities and the stereotypes you hear, they're not quite right. You know, okay, Liverpool, for example, you can leave your car there without it being robbed. That's fine. Or Nottingham. Anyone know the myth about Nottingham? You know, why loads of the stag do's go there and everything?
More women, is it?
Well, that's exactly. I like this fella. 7 to 1 women to man ratio, apparently. It's not true. It's the biggest sausage fest in the German Navy. Yeah, but as funny as they are, you know, stereotypes, they're not usually true. Okay, I've got a mate from Brighton who fucks women. But Newcastle, they are. They're usually spot on. Okay, for example, you're not allowed to wear red and white in Newcastle city centre because, of course, they're the colours of Sunderland. You know, and it's spot on. You know, you'll get stabbed if you're in the city centre in a red and white shirt. The only place in the country where you need to know self-defence to get a job waiting tables is the Newcastle TGI Fridays. And I'll tell you, the women, they scared the crap out of me. They're not like you lovely women down here, I'll tell you that. Okay, so, for example, a couple of weeks into when I was up there, went out with a few of my workmates, you know, went out for a drink, and you know, there was a woman up by the bar. I thought, yeah, I'll buy her a drink, yeah, have a bit of a chat. She looks easy, I might get laid. So I went up and bought her a drink, you know, good start. And but the problem is, when you buy someone a drink, you can't really ask them to get the next round in, can you? Basically, you've got 2 options. You can either keep buying them drinks until they say no, or until you go back to her place and play hide the salami. I didn't realise that there was a third option until I tried this on a Geordie girl. £150 bar bill later, she wasn't even pissed. I was getting dragged out by my mates, half unconscious. Still got laid though, she was easy. But the other thing, for some reason, I always used to get given fake notes in Newcastle as well, which for someone as annoyingly polite as I am, it's a really embarrassing situation to be in. Because basically, you've got a choice. You know, you get given the note, you know as soon as you've got it, that's a fake note. So you've got to stand there and say, excuse me. You know, you do that smile where you sort of look apologetic and constipated. Excuse me, I think you've given me a fake note. And at that moment, the situation just changes, doesn't it? The face that 2 seconds before was all friendly is now the face of death. This guy looking at you with an expression that just says, minimum wage and I have to deal with this prick. So what, he'll snatch the note out of your hands, you know, and then he's got to call his supervisor. Usually with a sigh mid-sentence as well, just to really stick the knife in. Margaret to check out 3, we've got a customer who's being a twat. And then they push you to the side, don't they? You know, they go off and start serving everyone else. Push you, get over to the side there. Next to the porn mags, you'll like that, you dirty cretin. So you go stand next to there, you know, and eventually Margaret turns up, face like a melted candle. Takes the note off the fella and you know, gives it an inspection, holds it up to the light and you know, checks that little silver line, gives it a rip for some reason. Yep, that's not steel. Yeah. Make sure it is actually a fake, then she'll give in. You want to like piss off. So you can either go through all that, or you can just accept the note and use it in the next nightclub you go into, because you know they ain't checking shit. But I've got a theory at the moment. I think people are getting dumber these days. Do you agree with me on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys answered. Did you guys not understand the question? Because that would prove my point. But no, I blame the internet. You know, with it, it's a great tool, isn't it? Great tool, but without it, we start panicking and we start becoming really stupid. And I'm the same. I'm not immune to this. The other day I went to log on to Facebook, it said sorry, can't get on, no internet connection. So I typed how to fix internet connection into Google. Not my finest hour. But you know, it's a really good tool, but you've got to watch out on the internet, don't you? You know, because there's a lot of people giving advice, and to be honest, there's people who don't know what they're talking about. And to make up for the fact that they don't have any qualifications, they start using phrases, you know, to make themselves, you know, pick themselves a bit up. So they'll say things like, "Oh, I'm an expert in childcare because you've got 5 kids from 6 dads," or "I've got a background in psychology because you drove your wife insane." Now, I'll be honest. I've spent enough time on Babe Station that I could quite easily say that I'm an expert in pornography, but I'm not going to go onto the internet and do sex therapy, which that's got to be the easiest job in the world, right? You know, 'cause I always imagine that it's sort of, you know, girls going in there complaining that, oh, you know, no one wants to have sex with me. I'll be honest, it doesn't matter what a girl looks like, there will be a man out there who wants to have sex with them. You weigh 20 stone? Well, here's my mate Matt. He's always looking for a whale to impale. You've got a face like a bulldog? Here's Ben. He's blind. Nicki Minaj? Nah, I can't help you there, I'm afraid. The amount of narcotics a man would need to get close to that woman would lead to erectile dysfunction. It would be like stuffing jelly into a Coke can. It's not. I mean, if you don't know who Nicki Minaj is, first of all, count yourself lucky, but basically she's a woman who, in this day and age where you can make yourself look like anything you want, you know, with, you know, cosmetic surgery, tattoos, you know, body piercings, you look like anything you want. She went to her plastic surgeon with a blow-up sex doll that she'd overinflated and left out in the sun and said, I want to look like that, please. Vegans freak me out. They're nice people. I don't know, have we got any vegans in? No, good, I can say what I want. Vegetarian, well, no, that's all right, because that's, I mean, because the problem I've got with vegans, not with vegetarians, they're fine. They all bang on about how healthy a diet is, but they all look like they spent about 2 months on a crack marathon. They're looking at you from like these deep sunken eyes. Yeah, man, it's just such a healthy diet. Gives you so much energy and vitality. Yeah, can see. Besides, humans aren't supposed to eat meat. Naturally, we're herbivores. No, we're not. No, we're not. Think back to the dawn of man, our ancestors, you know, tens of thousands of years ago. What did we call them? We called them hunter-gatherers. What were they hunting? Vegetables. What were they like, walking through the undergrowth here with spears? Like, what are we hunting, Dave? Shh. Over there, Jim. It's a cabbage. Missed. Why don't you just go pick it up, Dave? Because then, Jim, these spears would be pointless. No, they hunted mammoths. And that alone should be enough to sort of show you that vegetables aren't quite going to cut it. You know, imagine these guys, you know, standing there, deciding what they're going to eat that night. Right, boys, we've got a choice. We can either fashion a load of spears, walk around for hours, try and bring down a beast that weighs more than all of us put together, has massive tusks and can crush a man with his cock, or we can eat these vegetables that are lying on the floor. Possible death, or beetroot moussaka. Crushed by a cock. Tofu. Come on then, you fucking slag. That's just about it for me tonight. But before I leave, I wouldn't want you to go without having learned anything, so I'll leave you with something that I heard on the radio the other day, which is that apparently in the UK, someone is diagnosed with dementia every 4 seconds, which must be a really frustrating conversation for his doctor. Thanks, you. Have a good night.